Afternoon, guys. Hope you're well. Just a bit of chat today. Don't know, I've been on for a while, to be honest. Well, I've been on lives and that here and there, but I don't think I've done a video in a little while. Got coffee today. Some of you may know, some of you may not. Today, the 1st of October is International Coffee Day. I know some of you are coffee geeks like me. I can't get enough of coffee. The last kind of 6-7 years, just massively being into coffee, everything about it. So, for you that are interested, got a single origin Kenyan roast here, natural, notes of papaya, passion fruit, mango, more of a fruity coffee, but fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I get my coffee from they're kind of like a wholesale roastery called Has Been. They're based down in England, but really good. But so they kind of supply all your green, raw, natural coffee. They supply to, say, other coffee shops and other coffee roasters to roast. But they also roast their own coffee to sell, and it's at good prices. And what my probably the biggest attribute to them, I'd say, is the beans. So if I go online today, being Friday, and order it, the next day they will roast it at 7:30 in the morning, and they will ship it out that day. And then if you pay for first class post, which is I think $150 from them, if you order it on a Friday, then hopefully it will arrive Monday morning. I've even ordered it during the week and it comes literally the next day or 2 days after. But the point is that it's as fresh as can be. Coffee kind of, as soon as you grind a coffee bean, it starts to lose its flavour and its aroma. That's why if you ever use kind of an espresso machine or like kind of a French press, and if you go to the coffee shop and get it ground, that coffee is actually optimum for about 15-20 minutes after that, and then from there it's a decline. It's something that when I first got into coffee, I would go to a coffee shop, buy the beans, get them to grind it to whatever I wanted, and then I'd use that coffee. But I then realised that after 2 weeks it tasted like ash. But that's because the coffee loses its flavour and aroma over time. So a few years back I invested in a hand grinder. I'd grind all my coffee beans by hand. But this year for my birthday I picked up an electric coffee grinder. It just saves so much time. Put the beans in, press a button, grinds through, 5 seconds later, coffee's done. Compared to hand grinding it, a bit of a chore. Like literally you would call it exercise every morning. So yeah. So just wanted to acknowledge that for people who are interested in coffee. I know I am, especially with pipes. Coffee is a fantastic pairing. Virginia Perique blend goes nice with the coffee, but for me the best is any blend like here, especially a strong blend, a strong Balkan or a strong English coffee pairs fantastically. So yeah, 1st of October, like I say, start the month too, but I don't know about anyone else, I'm starting to feel in like kind of the Christmas mood. Not Christmas as in Christmas, like I want it to be Christmas Day tomorrow, but kind of I start to feel that temperature is dropping here. I think today, I left the house about 7:30 in the morning. It was about 10 degrees Celsius. Not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's getting colder here, a lot colder. It's starting to rain most days too. But I'm kind of looking forward to it now, kind of colder weather. In some ways we've had a pretty awful summer. I mean, I think the best we had was kind of 4 or 5 days in a row we had good weather. When I say good weather, I mean really hot days for us, kind of 26 degrees plus. But overall the summer was pretty poor. Rained quite a lot, and when it didn't rain it just wasn't really that warm. So it's almost like they didn't have one this year. Compared to, although obviously with lockdown last year, you can't fault it. The weather last year was fantastic. I mean, from March all the way through till September, we had fantastic sun and heat for it all for us here. So that was nice. Actually, I can feel that coffee's pretty hot. That's a Stumpton coffee roasters. Really good cup this is. It's by Mar, whatever way you pronounce it. It's got a double insulated aluminium or aluminum for Americans. Quite a hard word to say either way. So yeah, keeps things nice and warm. Temperature in the workshop just now is about 16 degrees Celsius. I've got the heater on. But since I put up this wall to make it a proper workshop environment, it does keep its heat much better. I just need to insulate the other side of the wall, so when it does get to the winter, and when it's 1-2 degrees, or when it's -5 outside, hopefully in here it will retain its heat nicely. But yeah, work on a few things. Still working the big ashtrays to curl along nicely. Each ashtray weighs about 4 or 5 kg. They're big beasts, but the grain of them is just fantastic, and they're going to look amazing when it's done. Got a block here actually. I'm about to draw nice grain. Just wait it to show you. Let's go focus. There you go. Nice grain on this block. Nice straight grain. Not sure what shape I'll make on it. I think previously I had drawn kind of that, I think might have been the shape. Not sure, but yeah. Some nice grain. I'm gonna have to work out what I'm gonna do with this. Maybe a bent pipe. Going to start to make non-filtered pipes or just normal pipes. From now I've got those, refocus here. Got those drill bits in the other day. I think that's in here actually. Is that in there? No, they're drill bits something else. Anyway, got those drill bits in, which is good. So I can not just do 9mm pipes, but normal unfiltered pipes. I think that's what I'm going to use that block for. In particular, yeah, you see it there, really nice grain on it. And it actually looks like the grain kind of wraps around actually, to be honest. Look at that side quickly. Yeah, it does. Okay, the focus, there we go. And you can see that grain, take away that portion. And there's quite nice bird's eye, quite nice tight bird's eye on the bottom there, especially in this area. This might make for a very nice pipe. Yeah, I'm going to have to think what we're going to do for that one. Definitely think I'm going to go, yeah, actually that one will definitely be non-filtered. Been working on a few tampers too. Tampers have been going really well. I need to order some more. I think this is my original tamper. This is the very first one I made. The bottom, that used to be a shiny metal base. You can see it's been a bit worn over time. But these metal bases are fantastic. It helps to have kind of a, what do you call it, kind of a barrier to the briar. So like you do get tampers that are just briar, and as obviously as you know, there's a reason pipes are made from briar, because they're extremely heat resistant, fire resistant wood. Takes quite a lot to set a bit of briar on fire compared to say about an ash or pine. But I need to order a few more of them. I think might only have 1 or 2 left, or I might have even ran out of those metal bases for tampers. Else any updates? Got some new rod stuff in. Some new rods. Oh. Just move it to one side. So we've got some Delron, white and black Delron. So I'm making pairings. Got some ivorite rod. Hope to make some nice bands with that. That's good. Floor here. This was a rod of Japanese black ebonite. I've kind of ordered all the different kinds of black ebonite you can get to kind of see if there's much differences between them all. And we've got, you can see, 2 rods of just, I think one's 18, one's 20mm black ebonite, and we've got a nice rod here. I think this is a 22mm, I think, of let's wet it. Let's maybe see, probably not. I'm surprised I can. Of a black and red Cumberland rod. So it should be some nice stems made out of that. Don't think I've got any more deliveries of parcels that arrived. I don't know, well, I suppose tobacco wise, new tobacco I've tried. Cornell and Deal Bijou. This is a similar, the reason I got this is because it's similar to a certain extent. You can see at the corner, a point there, of Cornell and Deal small batch Sun Bear. Very nice cutting this tobacco. Get you to focus. Really nice cut. Broken flake. But yeah, this is a blend of 2003 vintage Carolina Red Virginias, and it's a mixture of Orientals. And the reason I got this is because it had a slight, it says Bijou is married with a hint of honey before being pressed and sliced into delicate flakes. So Sun Bear being Virginia Oriental honey blend, this is kind of along the same lines, similar in the way that, but the honey is, I wouldn't be surprised if you were to do a percentage, the honey in that blend is maybe 3% out of 100. You can barely taste it. You probably couldn't actually taste it unless you knew it was in there and you were hunting for it, compared to this Sun Bear. But it's still a nice blend. It says estimated peak 10 to 15 years. But have read reviews since then that have stated that they do recommend aging it. Possibly aging it in a jar can help it kind of open up. So I think that is something I will probably do. That's good. That's good coffee. So yeah, going to get to work here. Going to light a pipe. What I will quickly say is pipe cabinet is in the works. I am looking at the last options of wood. As you can see, pipes are covered in dust. I'm kind of starting to annoy me now. But it's because you're in a small enclosed washroom environment. I obviously wear a respiratory mask when sanding and working, but after the dust settles, it just gets everywhere. I do have a Hoover and I've got some dust extraction, but just the way it's set up just now, I need to try and get a proper dust extraction. Quite expensive though, but in time that is something that I do plan on getting. But for just now, well, one of the reasons I want to get a pipe cabinet is so the pipes don't get covered in dust. So that is something I will be working on, and I will update you in due course. So yeah, kind of chat there just about coffee day and what's been going on, and the pipe stem materials have been sent. Well, I bought, but actually, quick. This is actually rod stock which was lost, or shall I say, is still lost. This came from a place in Germany. Great place, great places, and they have good quality material. Unfortunately, it was shipped, I think, DHL, Germany, arrived here at DHL, and then DHL panned it off to a company called Parcel Force here in the UK. And Parcel Force decided that instead of delivering it to my house, they would deliver it to the Amazon warehouse. In Dunfermline, where I live, there is an Amazon, although it's about 2 miles away, and they give a very, very poor excuse, Parcel Force, and they said that my postcode, of Americans, that's like of your zip code, the area you're in, was very similar to Amazon's apparently. Although between my house and Amazon there must be, I'd like to say, in excess of 2,000 or 3,000 homes. So I don't really think that was a pretty good excuse that they gave. But anyway, that got sorted out and the replacement is here. So that's kind of also why there's not been many pipes, is because I ran out of rod stock, unfortunately. I do also have some Eldritch stock on the way. I'm excited for that coming. I will update you when that arrives. But I'm just glad to get basic black ebonite and a nice black and red rod in so I can continue with pipes. So yeah, hope you guys are well, and I'll catch you on the next one.